You're listening to Curl Talk Unfiltered
with Tally and Cass.
Yeah. Yeah. Welcome back to Curl Talk Unfiltered, you guys. It is Cass. If you're watching on YouTube, the first thing that you notice is that we're in a different space and also that I'm by myself today. Go send Talia some love. She is going through a hard family time right now. She's in mourning, so she's taking some time off. It would mean so much to me, and I know to her, if you guys would go send her some love over on social media and all of that. We miss her greatly. I hope that you guys are cool with having just me on this episode today. As I'm recording it, it is December 1st, and I love December. I love all things Christmas. If you are watching the podcast visually, you'll see that we're actually in front of my Christmas tree. A lot of people would probably assume that I'm a pink Christmas girly. I'm really not. I'm a vintage Christmas girly. And also my Christmas character or my Christmas theme, I'm a nutcracker collector. I love the nutcracker. I love the ballet. I'm actually headed to the ballet later this week, but I would love to know that in the comments, what you guys are collectors of. The last time I was at Talia's house, she was decorated for Christmas and she had a train. And I was like, I just did not peg you for like a train collector, which she's really not. I don't remember exactly the story. I'm sure we'll hear it on the next episode. But if you collect snowmen, if you collect Santa Clauses, just let me know. What is your Christmas character? I would love to know that in the comments. A theme that I started noticing early on, maybe in early November this year, was Hairstylists online kind of talking about having a little bit of a slow season, a slow year as far as the holiday seasons go.
Hairstylists, let me know if your salon is slow too. I have a collective one men's cut tomorrow, and my friend in another state said that her salon is super slow too. So let me know if this is universal.
I've been a hairstylist for almost 9 years, and this is literally the slowest season I have ever seen.
I'm a hairstylist of 19 years, and I am a fully booked hairstylist. Normally, I have to tell people, I'm sorry, I don't have an opening. This week has been like the deadest week I think I've ever had, and it's the holidays.
I want to touch on that topic. And I want to give you guys my tips and tricks on how to make the most out of your holiday season financially, emotionally, all of that stuff. First of all, I just want to say, if you're having a slow season right now, heading into December, my first couple of years in Dallas, whenever I had moved to a brand new city, I had no clients and I was building up my clientele, my first Christmas season in Dallas was when I actually felt like I made enough money. Like I could pay my rent and also buy Christmas presents for my family and stuff. And the whole way that I did that was by running a Christmas special. That's truly how I got my name out there, I would say. Was a lot of consistency before that, but also my Christmas special in 2022. I ran a special for, clients had to purchase a full color service with me. There were 2 color service options. They could either get a blonde balayage or they could get a dimensional brunette balayage. And if they purchased one of those, which at the time the full price was $250, then they could also get a free curly cut. At the time, that was $120, I believe. So they could get their color and cut for $250 even. No added product, no extra. I like when I do promotions, and when I did promotions for the first 2 years that I was here, give or take, the first year and a half that I was in Dallas, I like to make it simple and easy, and there's no hidden fees. There is no, if you're already booked, you can't get this promotion. Very simple, and that everyone has the same playing field. I did so much color that Christmas season. It was so much fun. I got so much content. I did enough, obviously, that I made enough money that I could pay my rent at the salon, my rent at my apartment, and buy some Christmas gifts for my nieces. But also I got so much content that pushed me into the New Year season. A piece of advice that I have for everyone is, especially if you're slow in November and December, have a plan on how to not be slow by January. Obviously, January is our slow season as hairstylists, January, February. But by February, we start getting those tax refund people back in. March is a bit slow, but by April, we're back to the spring season. Have a plan of how you are going to market your business to get you through the slow season after the New Year's. Another thing that I like to do every year, this is something I learned at my very first salon that I worked at. It was a commission salon. As early as what's appropriate and as possible, make your salon look like Christmas. Every year, November 1st, I put my little salon Christmas tree up and I make at least my little station in my booth rent salon look like Christmas. This year, I have a velvet bow on top of my mirror that is so gorgeous. I've honestly considered keeping it up even after, or maybe having some sort of decoration above my mirror, kind of with the seasons. But truly, it just reminds people that, like, oh, it's Christmas time. Like, I'm spending money on other people. In the same way, it was just Black Friday. Like, you go Black Friday shopping, and instead of getting all the gifts that you need for everyone else, you start buying yourself Black Friday gifts because you know what you would want. December should be your highest retail. It should be your highest add-on service revenue month. When you remind people that it's Christmas time, they start to splurge and treat themselves as well. This year I'm running a little special for my clients that if they bring in a used ornament for my Christmas tree, then they get $5 off their service. I sent that out in like a mass email, probably mid-November, that my Christmas tree was up. And honestly, I had purchased some ornaments last year from Target that are so thin that I've broken several of them. And instead of just going and buying like dollar store new ornaments, I love sentimental ornaments. And so I encourage my clients not to spend any money, but to just bring in an ornament that they're not using anymore. Tell me a story about it. I mean, bringing an ornament is an automatic $5 off your service. I just didn't want anyone to feel like they had to spend money on this thing to get money off. But right now, I am so busy that I'm unable to run a special. I'm unable to accommodate every single client to get them in. And I just felt like this would be one easy way that if somebody wanted or needed $5 off their service, that they were able to just take a small ornament off their tree and bring it to me, and I would have something of sentimental value to look at in the years from now. And that's just something for myself. I feel like in the holiday season, we can feel very overwhelmed as hairstylists. We have a life and we have goals and things that we want to do outside of working. But also we know it is our highest revenue month of the year, or at least it should be. And so I want to spend all of my time in the salon in December, making sure that if January is a little slow, I have already prepared for that by kind of overcompensating in December. But with overcompensating and working harder comes a little bit of the probability of burnout. And so adding in little things that make you happy in the salon, whether it's dressing up your station for Christmas or inviting clients to bring you an ornament for your salon tree for $5 off, or offering some sort of percentage off for your retail, something that can get you in the holiday spirit and get you feeling like this is a really fun thing to get up and go do. If you're a hairstylist that is super busy this season, instead of feeling the dread of like, oh my gosh, I don't know when I'm going to eat lunch, so I didn't block myself out of lunch. A hairstylist worrying about like, oh my gosh, am I going to get to go to every Christmas pop-up bar in the city this year? Am I going to get to have as much fun as I wanted to? Remember that there's a lot of hairstylists that are working to get to the position that you're at now. You can hold both. You can be a little bit emotionally drained and also really grateful and thankful for the clientele that you've built that allows you to maybe take some time off at the beginning of the year to spoil the people closest to you with presents that you're able to financially afford because you've worked so hard. There are people that are wishing that they were in your shoes. For me personally, it's easy for me to go in and work a lot of December. I actually work extra longer hours in December because I know clients love it and I want to be able to accommodate everyone around Christmas time. So instead of working until 6 or 7, I typically stay until 8 in December, most kind of like weeknights, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Saturdays, I usually get off at 4, but in December, I usually stay till around 6. But I also make sure that I am scheduling myself really fun things to do. I do work until I'm working through the 23rd and I'm driving back to my home state of Missouri on the 24th. And then I'm spending until the 29th back home with my family. For several years, like for the first 5 years that I was a hairstylist, I worked on Christmas Eve every year until, I think that we worked until 4 p.m., like no matter what. So I think we would work from like 8 to 4 on Christmas Eve every year. And I will say it again, I think that's one thing that commission salons have on independent salon suite owners, booth renters. It's just that commission salons are there. They're very accommodating. They're working until 8 p.m. all December, and they're working on Christmas Eve up till 4 o'clock. That's not me telling you that you have to do that at all, by no means, because I'm not doing that. But if you do live in your hometown or your home state and you can work on Christmas Eve and you really don't have anything else going on, you might be surprised at the loyal clients that you can get. I think that's one thing that I've been thinking a lot lately whenever I do see the videos of hairstylists talking about feeling slower this year. Take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. But I do feel like as service providers, we do kind of forget that everything we do adds up with our clients. So say you don't really work Saturdays and you don't really work afternoons and you're not present in the salon the week of Christmas. Those things kind of add up. And with a lot of clients, like you can get away with those things. They don't mind it because they're not interested in those times or they don't want in the week of Christmas. But then also if it's bleeding into your December, November, and especially if you've had clients and we're thinking about the idea of retaining them, I'm wondering if the little things add up as far as asking clients to come in an hour after their appointment, like pushing their appointment back from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. or 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. You know, keeping clients in late, letting clients come in while you're still running behind on a client, not being accommodating, like if they're a little late to your late policy and you're unable to take them or do any part of their service for them. If they reach out to you after the 24-hour notice and they tell you that they just got sick or their child just got sick or they've fallen on hard financial times and not really accommodating them, I wonder if those are some things that are accounting into just having an all over slower season. We are also in a recession economy wise, but we do know that people are still spending their money. I actually just got my nails done this week. They literally look amazing, but it was my first time getting my nails done since last January, my birthday last year. And I got tier 2 nail art. I got Gel X. And for my audio listeners, 3 of my nails have a flannel print. 2 of my nails have a polka dot, cat eye, French tip. And I think my nails were $125. And then I tipped her $15. So I think I ended up paying about $150. I don't know if the math is right on that. $140. And I used to get my nails done every 2 weeks, like for years. And I think it was a similar price. Like I never really got designs and stuff and it's so worth it. I'm so happy with these nails. Absolutely love them. I did not realize girls were paying this. I was thinking, you know, sometimes I can like feel bad that like a haircut costs what it costs. My haircuts cost $150. $140. Actually, my haircuts cost $140. And I see these girls once a year, twice a year. Some of my girls I see more often. And for my girls that come in every month for their pixie cuts, it's not that price because they come in so often and it's a quicker service. But I was just like, oh wait, people are still spending money. The girls are still spending money, which I love for them. I was just like, oh, I do not have to feel bad. Like my haircut holds so much value. If also nails cost pretty similar. Like nails also hold a ton of value, but for me, I value my hair much more. And I'm like, oh, if I was paying for my nails, it would make sense to me that my hair would cost quite a bit more. And also speaking of hair, I'm cutting my hair again. I am so excited. If you are new here, you don't know this. I cut several inches of my hair 3 months ago. 2 months ago, I can't even remember. First of all, my hair grew back really fast and I was worried about that. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about that because it was a challenge for me to grow my hair out in the first place. But I grew my hair out when I started wearing my hair natural, and that's whenever I started doing a lot of curly hair, and that's how I got into my niche and things like that. I was so worried that my hair wasn't going to grow back super fast, but I was like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm just going to do it, and if my hair stays short for a while, whatever. But it grew back so quick. So I have really been loving scrolling on Pinterest and seeing these bobs. I'm loving a bob. I'm cutting a real bob because right now my hair's not a real bob, especially in the back. It's kind of mid-back still, but I'm very excited. Actually, the day that this podcast goes up, I will be sitting in the salon chair getting my hair cut with my amazing hairstylist named Zakoya. She's amazing, mystical looks. She's been cutting my hair since I moved to Dallas. I just feel like I've been needing it. This season has been kind of crazy. I mean, I'm very busy in the salon and I'm excited for that. I've also started posting a lot more on social media recently, which I highly encourage. That's one way that you can definitely build your clientele. And I think that there's totally different ways that you build your clientele versus you build a following. Now, when you build a following, do you subsequently get a clientele? Most likely. But I don't think that you definitely don't have to have a following to get a clientele, if that makes sense. I gained my clientele in Dallas when I started posting on TikTok and Instagram. I had like maybe 1,000 followers on Instagram that were all in my old city, and even less followers on TikTok. I have grown a little bit in the last couple of years, but especially in the last month that I've started applying myself on, like with posting, I've grown so much in like a small amount of time for me. Keep in mind also, my hometown has less than 3,000 people in it. So like having more followers than the population of my hometown feels insane still. There are so many hairstylists that I look up to, and even podcast listeners that I look up to that I'm mutuals with that have grown so fast. And I love that. I am so excited. But even for me, just at the numbers that I'm at, I'm feeling so good about it. And that's one thing that I'm looking into the new year with, is just like, I want to know if I'm consistent, like actually consistent. Because that's one thing, you can post 5 to 6 times a week on Instagram and TikTok, but if you don't have a plan, it just still may not happen for you. Like you still may not grow. You might grow clients, but you might not grow followers. Now I really am kind of like, okay, here's my method. Let's see what happens. And this month, it has really paid off with some extra followers on Instagram and TikTok. I will say I have more engagement and followers on Instagram, which feels kind of backwards. It feels kind of chuggy, honestly. I wish that the opposite were true and that TikTok was kind of taking off, but I'm giving TikTok a moment to catch up with me. If anyone is the same, let me know if you have more followers on Instagram and more engagement on Instagram. It's not as lucrative over there. Like they don't pay as much for views, but I do feel like brand deals and stuff might pop off a little bit more over on Instagram. And that was another thing. I wrote down about a month ago, whenever I started, like I had a meeting with one of my friends / coworkers who's amazing at social media. Only Grace to Ever Exist is her username. She had me write down, like dream brand collabs, like what brands I would want to work with. And I probably wrote down about 15 like hair related brands. And 2 of them, unprompted, reached out to me this month to send me things. One in exchange for videos, and one just not in exchange for anything. Just try out our product and let us know what you think. And these are large brands in the industry. I was so excited about it. So this is just a reminder, like, yes, some people have hundreds of thousands of followers, and it is amazing. And there's so much opportunity in that. And that's a great goal to have and to strive for. But also, if you are running around with 3,000 followers or less, brands will still send you things. My biggest brand that I've used since I started being a hairstylist put me on their PR list when I had like 2,000 followers or less. Take the content. Take your time editing the content, upload the content, and tag the brands. and just see what lands and what sticks, because some brands are looking for smaller creators, micro influencers, and also you make great content. Like, they have the resources to send you things. So that's one piece of advice I'm trying to take for myself right now as well, is to post as if I've read the end of the book. And I don't know if that resonates or makes sense yet, but just living life as if you've already read the ending. You've already seen the ending of the movie. Like, you will make it. You are going to make it. You are going to get the followers. You are going to get the brand deals. So post now like you have it. Even when those posts are getting 20 likes, post like you've read the ending and that you know that you're going to make it. And that's how you get there. I think a lot of times right now we can kind of like play small because we're wondering, if I don't make it, I don't want to look like I tried that hard. But like, kind of a reminder, there's a correlation between people who try hard and people who make it. So it's, you get what you put into it. And if you're too scared to put things into it because you're scared of looking embarrassed, like, I don't know, I just think that's holding you back from something really a lot bigger, and that you can get through that. I'm going to talk a little bit about new ways that the podcast might be shifting a little bit. Literally nothing serious, but we are going to start testing out some segments. We've been doing the pod for like a year now, and we have talked about some amazing topics. Like, I have so many favorite episodes. I love talking about business and marketing and building your clientele. I feel like we've said a lot of the things that we were going to say when it comes to things like that. So just one way to keep the podcast fresh and not just like always talking about taxes or always talking about social media and posting, although those things are fun, just to keep it fresh, integrating a couple of segments where we can talk about other things. So I am going to test out a new segment on this episode today. Welcome to the friendly reminder segment. I have so many one-liners that really don't make a full episode, but they are like little things I would love to talk about. And for my first friendly reminder, it does kind of matter what you wear to work. I don't want to seem like a hater, and this is obviously not one size fits all. There's so many aesthetics. You can be a comfy girl. You can wear matching pajamas every day to work. That is somebody's jam. But it does matter what you wear to work. It will just attract the type of clientele. Your clients will mirror you and mimic you. I have found this. Since I started posting my outfits and stuff on Instagram of like hairstylist outfits of the week, and my first time clients are like, oh wow, she wears dresses, she wears boots, she wears heels. My clients kind of dress up a little bit more and just feel like, oh, this is something fun to do. And I do feel like, especially right now with the holidays, like, people are budgeting us in, make it worth their while. Like, in the same way that it's so nice to go to a bar that's decorated for Christmas and pop up, and the waitresses and servers are wearing cute outfits and everyone has on a beautiful little holiday outfit. Okay, same thing for the salon. Just to be able to give people like an extra little bit of magic. And friendly reminder, you can give people that extra little bit of magic every day of the year that you're at work. I do mostly haircuts, so I get it. I'm not getting color all over my clothes, although I do have an apron. And when I do color, I wear an apron. Like, to me, it's just not crazy to dress up every day. And again, not saying that you have to dress up, because dress in what makes you comfortable and what makes you feel presentable and fulfilled. But my analogy is this. Imagine you're buying something. You're buying a product, and you can either buy that product at Dillard's or at Dollar General. And that product is going to cost the exact same thing. Let's say both are the same distance from your house, whatever. Would you rather go buy that thing at Dollar General, or would you rather go buy it at Dillard's? And some people, like, to me, the obvious answer is Dillard's. I want a little bit of a bougie department store experience. I want to see everything. I want it to be fancy, whatever. Some people would rather Dollar General. And by the way, I used to work at Dollar General, so I know what it's like in there. I'm not too bougie for Dollar General things and items. But I'm not going into Dollar General and spending $140 on one item. Especially if they sell it at Dillard's. I'm going to go to Dillard's and just get a better experience. If I'm going to Dollar General for that experience, I want to buy a $5 thing, a $10 thing. My headphones that I use religiously that are better than any other headphones, probably, they're Billboard brand. They're from Dollar General. $10. Bluetooth headphones. But if I could go get those at Dillard's, girl, I would go to Dillard's and I would smell the perfume and I would probably make more purchases. And like, you're getting my correlation here. If you look like the Dillard's department store, you're getting those type of clients. And if you're giving Dollar General, you might have some crazy client stories after that. Honestly. Now, rich people are crazy too. But that is my first friendly reminder. It feels really good. I think one reason that I started dressing up a lot was because we look in a mirror 24/7. I can't look at myself looking like that 24/7 and still feel really good feelings about myself all the time. I actually used to work in this salon that had full-length mirrors. And genuinely, that was one reason I had to stop working there. Loved those people down. Could not look at a full body mirror 40 hours a week. And clients didn't love it. Like sitting in the chair, full body mirror all over them. It's really elegant and gorgeous, yes, like as a salon aesthetic. But in practice, I could not do it. And I like myself. Like, I just can't imagine. But that was one reason I started dressing up. It's like, okay, I'm seeing my whole self all day, every day. I want to wear clothes that make me feel good and confident. I don't spend $1 million a year in clothes by any means. I love a good thrift store. I love a good TikTok shop moment, cheaper item. Unfortunately, fast fashion. And donating and selling and trading those clothes whenever I'm finished with them. But that is our first segment of Friendly Reminder. If you have a friendly reminder, please let me know in the comments. So if you have any segment ideas that you would like Talia and I to try out, let me know down in the comments as well. I'm going to take this outro moment to also let you guys know, as always, you can follow us on TikTok and Instagram. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. I love the community that we have over there in the comments, just chatting back and forth. If you want to be a part of that, that is over there. You can follow myself and Talia on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. We both have personal channels on YouTube as well. Thank you guys for joining me in my home on this solo episode. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to let me know. And we will see you guys in 2 weeks. Merry Christmas.